my gosh, I wrote this beautiful thing this morning, and then it sent me on this whole adventure into the past. I am woman, I am man. I am mother, I am father, I am child. I am spirit, I am animal. I am infinite, I am tangible. I contain the entirety of all experience within me. Wholeness through human eyes to realize is only a collection of dualistic perceptions. A rapidly swinging pendulum of peaks and valleys over time awakens to remind me I am both one and all, singular and many. And it made me think about like how we are coming into a space where we're able to see that we really are part of the whole. And there is no separation. So what we think, how we feel, our actions, the way we live our lives, it's all feeding back into the whole of our shared existence, our shared experience. And that last line, the last line that I wrote, I lost it. One and all, singular and many, it totally reminded me of this thing that I wrote in a journal back in 2011. And I found the journal. Look at this journal, by the way. Like, look at this shit that I drew on there. And then this is so cool. I drew like the Cadius symbol with the two serpents. But I don't know why I wrote this. I mean, it was meaningful to me, but I wrote this down at one time. It's an Egyptian symbol, the key of life, the Ankh. And there are like 5 parts to that I had written down at the time. But the first one is one and many. So it's like the self and the whole. And I mean, the other parts, the second one is place. The third symbol is water. The fourth symbol is spirit or vital force. And the fifth symbol is twisted wick of flax. So if you have any information about like the depth of that explanation, I couldn't find anything about this online now. I don't know where I got this, probably from a book somewhere, but yeah, it was really, really fascinating. But anyway, then I ended up going through this journal and I found this incredible artwork that I did. This is the journal I kept when I went on a adventure and traveled through a large section of the Appalachian Trail, like backpacking. And like, look at this cool artwork I did with pen. And oh my God, it just like, it brought back like a flood of emotions. Oh, look at that one. It's incredible. It brought back a flood of emotions. Like, it brought to the forefront of my mind, like, so many cycles that I am experiencing even to this day. Like, so fascinating. But like, I love journals. Like, please, if you don't keep a journal, keep a journal. Start. Because it is amazing to look back and read through this and see about some of the things that I experienced. And just like, whew. But yeah, so it got me thinking about that. Because I've always been really interested in Egyptian culture for some reason. And so my mom was really into Egyptian culture for some reason. I don't know. I don't understand why, but I mean, I understand there's probably something deeper going on there. I'm not gonna say I don't, but yeah, so I was really excited. This message that came through, like, you know, I'll dive a little deeper into it. Look at my cool leaves that I found. I am woman, I am man. I am mother, I am father, I am child. I am spirit, I am animal. I am infinite, I am tangible. It's like on some level, we contain all of that. Like, we have all, at least maybe even from like a biological perspective, we have within our genetic information, we have been everything. We have it all. We've got all the things inside of us. The story is there. And it's interesting because much of that story is a story of survival, you know, struggle and success. And that's how we arrive to where we are. And, you know, that's all information. It's like we contain the entirety of experience within us. And what do we do with that knowledge? What do we do with that information? You know, and I feel like we're coming out of a space where we have, I'm not going to say that it's anybody else's fault, but it's like we forgot our story. And because we forgot our story, we began to believe that there is nothing special about what our experience is. And that's just not true at all. It's like the complete opposite, the total opposite. You know, but in some ways, like the human experience, to understand wholeness through the human experience, one must experience through a lens of duality. So in order to understand wholeness, you know, it's like we must understand that we contain all the duality inside of us. We are the victim and we are the villain. We are the masculine and the feminine. We are the dark and the light. You know, we are the infinite and the tangible. We have all of that. And the more that we understand that we contain those dualistic experiences within us, that we are the thing that we deny, then we begin to see that, in fact, we are all that way. And in a sense, we are all parts of the whole, because our interconnectivity has allowed us to create the things that we have in the world today. And look at how powerful that is. Look at what we have the power to create when we work together. We just have to have a shared vision for something that is more, you know, in line with the natural biological processes that happen on this planet. And I think that we have the opportunity to really move in that direction. You know, we have to believe it though, and we have to also believe that we are powerful in that space, and then be able to make choices that are in line with that belief in self and belief in the collective. Because if you don't have belief, like, what's the point? What's the point? What's the point? What's the point? You're just gonna go to work every day, come home and be strangely sad, existential dread, take it out on your friends and family. No, I'm just kidding. We don't have to do that. But, you know, it's like I have experienced that in my life. And the more I tap into this understanding that there really is something bigger and more beautiful than even I can understand happening here, I can make the little choices in my life that align me with that feeling as often as possible. And, you know, if we all do that, we don't even know what the potential is of that. Like, so why not try? Why not try to just be the best versions of ourselves? And, you know, it's a challenging process. I understand that is a hard process, because it means that we have to both have an incredible amount of self-belief, but understand that even that self-belief doesn't like take away from the ability for others to also have belief in themselves, because we are all parts of the whole. But like, You know, if we release with love anything that is out of alignment, not from a place of I hate this thing, or victimization of this thing is doing this thing to me. Like, we have to let that go, because we are both the villain and the victim. So if you believe that you're a victim of a situation, that means you're being a villain to yourself, probably. And by that, I mean putting up with more